Hello, my friends, and welcome back. It's been a crazy last couple of weeks. I apologize, but summer break has officially begun, and quite possibly with it, the end of my sanity. But we'll just have to see about that, because we have to work on potty training Liam and really work on it this summer. So we literally hit the ground running, and y'all, if anything finally takes me out, it's going to be potty training my son Liam. I'm just telling you right now. But that is not what we are going to discuss today. Today, my friends, we are going to discuss and review and try on and all the things the new Anastasia Beverly Hills Nouveau palette. And there's been a lot of mixed feelings on this palette, and I understand, because when I saw the promo photos, I was kind of like, really? Like, you've kind of been dormant for so long, and this is what you brought out? But I don't know, they're going on about all these duochromes and the finishes, and it's so good of a formula. So, maybe it's something spectacular that we all need. Who knows? But we're about to find out. So if you guys are ready, grab your cup of coffee and let's get into it. All right, you guys, I am so excited to check out this ABH Nouveau palette because I haven't actually seen it yet. I wanted to wait until I was sitting here with you guys. I've only seen pictures online, and then there's a little picture on the back here. But when I went to purchase this, they did not have any out on display to touch or to look at or anything. As a matter of fact, I had to ask the lady if they even had any because I couldn't find them anywhere. And she went in the back and got me one and was like, oh yeah, we forgot to put these out. And I'm like, hello. You know what I mean? So I am so excited and so nervous to finally take a peek at this. So let's see what she is working with. Oh, you guys, oh my gosh, the packaging is so different. It's this grainy kind of feeling type of packaging right here. And just for comparison, I grabbed a couple of my other ABH palettes. So here's Modern Renaissance. And as you can see, I have them lined up exactly there. And Modern Renaissance is just a little bit wider and just a little bit longer than the Nouveau palette. These are their normal palettes. This is normally how they come. So they did change the packaging a little bit. And as you can see, it is quite a bit thinner as well. And then instead of the black, they have the gold. All right. Oh, there goes the, oh, wow. So yeah, they changed the inside completely too. So just for comparison, you guys, let me show you guys next to the Modern Renaissance. So they had 14, now they only have 12 shades. And then there is no brush anymore, where normally there's a brush, which I don't think anybody ever used those brushes anyways. And the pan sizes are quite a bit bigger as well. Let me turn the lights down so I can show you guys a true to life close-up of the palette. So what you are seeing is just like as if you had it right in front of you. The colors, the textures, everything is exactly the way it would be in real life. So that's what I mean by true to life. I ended up getting my lighting settings correct and down pat finally so that I can do those close-ups for you guys. But now I want to do some swatches because I'm super curious, you guys. There's only one depth shade in this palette, and it's this kind of shimmer, and I'm a little worried, to say the least. So let's do some swatches. So again, let me turn the lights down, and we have Wings, Isle, and then Belle. And as you guys can see, those are quite powdery. Very nice, very shimmery, but quite powdery. You can actually see the powder falling off of my hand. Here's Wisteria, and then Lily, and then Hope. And as you guys can see, again, they're super powdery, but really pigmented, really pretty, very reflective. The next three shades are matte. So we have Paloma, Fleur, and then Liberty. All very, very pretty. I really like Fleur. And you guys see how when the light hits it, it looks, you know, like almost like a semi-matte more than it is a matte. Ooh, that looks nice. All right, last 3 shades. So here is Peacock. And I think that's one of the shades they're calling, yeah, there's the duochrome right there. And then we have Metro and Muse. And Metro is a matte. Muse is a dark brown, chocolatey, like almost like a satin. It's not a shimmer as you guys can see. It's not reflective like this top shade. And these mattes don't even really look like mattes. They're almost like soft mattes. That's interesting. So yeah, I'm really curious to try these on the eye. So let's get into the try on. All right, you guys. So I've decided that I want to do at least a couple of looks with this palette because there's like some basic B looks that I kind of want to create, but there's also, you know, that purple and the duochrome Peacock. So I want to play around with those as well. So I'm going to start with the basic look. So I'm going to take a little bit of Paloma, and I did already, to save time, prime my eyes with the Jaclyn Cosmetics eyeshadow base, this one right here. You guys know the one I've been recently enjoying quite a bit. So yeah, I'm just using this to just kind of set your base with that. Now you don't really need to set your base with that primer, but with ABH shadows, I have noticed they're quite powdery usually, and you know, it helps to have a powdery substance down prior to you applying their shadows. So now I grabbed the A501 and I'm using a little bit of this shade Fleur, which seems like it's just a tad bit deeper than my skin tone. So if you have a lighter skin tone than me, this would really be a fantastic shade for you. I mean, it's a great transition shade for me. Like, it's giving me just enough. Like, it's a very natural transition. And this crazy little thing that I'm holding right now is something I got in a BoxyCharm, believe it or not. And I just was like, you know, I'll try anything once. Usually I like using tape, as you guys know that have been here, but I mean, if I don't have to peel tape off my skin, and I could just use a little moon thingamajigger, I'm all for it. So, you know, I'm just trying it out. I'm trying it out. But yeah, okay, so that's what Fleur has given us. A little bit, not a lot, but a little bit. So let's go into Metro, and I'm going to change over to an A502. And this shade in the pan, I thought was going to be a little more orange than what it actually is. It's actually got quite a bit more of like a pink undertone to it than orange. So very surprised when I swatched this. And as you guys can see, these shadows are not overly pigmented, but they're not pigmented. It's weird. And it could be, you know, obviously I'm just kind of going into some light shades, but I mean, you clearly see them on my eye. They are blending out very beautifully, and this is definitely one of those formulas that you just build up, you know? You start a little bit at a time and build up, and it's just doing so absolutely beautifully. I'm quite impressed. I mean, ABH shadows, when they really do their shadows right, I mean, they usually do them right. You know what I mean? So I'm not surprised that the quality is, I mean, it's there. The quality is definitely there. Let's take a little bit of Liberty. So this is the darkest matte that we have in the palette. And let's just see what kind of depth we can get from this shade in particular. So it looks like we have Liberty built up pretty well, and I mean, it's providing a good amount of depth, but not, you know, it's not dark, it's not deep by any means. It's like more of like a light, smoky, you know, outer corner. We do have one more darker shade, but it's like that shimmery kind of matte shade, so I'm a little I'm a little nervous for this, you guys, but we're going to try it out. So we're going to take a Sigma E27 and I'm going to dip that into Muse. And yeah, let's see what's going on here. Ooh, I don't know if I like this. I don't like this. I like mattes in my outer corner and not shimmers. And this is why. Because if you have wrinkles or fine lines, they just do not always want to play nicely. So I do, obviously, I am having to pull my eye, and that was a lot more pigmented than I was initially expecting as well. So I got to give it to them on that. It was very, very creamy, but yeah, a lot more pigmented. A little bit went a long way for sure. So let me blend out these edges a little bit here. All right, now I'm going to take a little bit of Hope and I'm going to plant that right here on this center portion of my lid. So not all the way in, not all the way over, pretty much just the center, as you guys see right there. And that is a gorgeous, gorgeous shade. This is going to be great for fall, especially with that Metro, because it has a little bit of orangeness to it, just like a little bit, but also like a little bit of that, like I said, pink. And it really just goes very nicely together. Matter of fact, let's just enhance that just a little bit here. Oh yeah, that's so pretty. All right, you guys, I'm gonna grab a little flat crease brush, definer brush, and I'm gonna dip that into Belle. And let's see if we can make this really look like a duochrome. That gold into the green. Oh, yes, please give it to me. And then let's take a little of Paloma and just use that to just highlight and brighten this inside here. Ooh, that's nice, you guys. That's really nice. Yes, please. Okay, let me throw on some mascara and then we'll work on our other eye. All right, you guys, on my right eye, I'm gonna do things a little bit differently. So instead of using the Jaclyn Hill, I use the P. Louise base in Rumor 01. And I'm going to grab this What's Up Beauty R105 brush. And I wanted a stickier base because what I'm going to attempt to do here is I want to pack this purple on my lid. And then I want to use that peacock shade like over top of it and kind of basically have like the purple peeking out. That's my goal. We're going to see where this goes essentially. So just packing the purple on, and I want to see how this fits into the rest of the palette. So I will say it did not take very much at all to get that built up. I mean, as you guys saw. So that's a very pigmented purple without a doubt. All right, now comes the interesting part. So I'm going to grab a Sigma E54 and I'm going to dip that into Peacock. And I'm going to pack this solely on my lid over top of the purple. And then I'm going to kind of blend it up into the purple on my crease. So let's see what this duochrome shade is really giving. Because when I was looking at the swatches, it has like a purple glitter, like reflex shift to it. So I'm hoping that they're gonna be pretty together. All right, I think I'm gonna take a little bit of this color Wings, which is like the silver color here. And yeah, and then when you, okay, so I'm gonna put Wings on the corner. So this looks silver in the pan. So let's see how this goes. I mean, it's pretty. I don't I'm like not gagging over it or anything, but it's definitely pretty. Let me throw some mascara on real fast. So I got the rest of my makeup completed and I'm ready to talk to you guys about some final thoughts on the ABH Nouveau palette. Now, first up, let me show you guys both looks completed. And this is the first one. It's that green and gold and it's just absolutely beautiful. And then here is the second one with the purple and the duochrome. Now, ordinarily, I would have at least put a half lash on or some kind of lash with looks like these just to kind of help accentuate and elongate the eyes. But I'm getting ready to take this off as soon as I'm done filming because I have another video to film. But with that being said, the palette itself, the formula is superb. It's really amazing. It's very, very good. They've definitely been working on it. It is a little powdery. It is definitely a formula that you have to build up. You are going to get kickback with this. Just know that going in. But because of that, it blends like butter. You know what I mean? My issue is not the formula with this palette. It's really the color story. It's the, choice of going with, a shimmer or that, I don't even know what that's called, like a satiny type shade instead of an actual matte. I think a, dark chocolate matte really would have made this palette. I think minusing 2 shades kind of hurt them a little bit. Also, like this shade Paloma right here, I mean, we have that already in the Modern Renaissance. I mean, it's almost identical to Tempera here. I mean, identical. I swatched them side by side. I'll show you guys. There's really not much of any kind of difference. So yeah, I feel like the color story, the duochrome here, like what I'm seeing on my eye and what you guys are seeing, I will say this is, for once, the camera is picking up the colors and the shift way better than what it looks like in real life. And normally it's the opposite. Normally it looks better in real life and worse on camera. It's flipped this time. So yeah, this shade. Now, here's the thing. Other companies or other brands have done shades like this, and I've felt like I got more out of them. I felt like this one was just a little lacking. It's not as much of a duochrome. I mean, it's a duochrome, but it's just not, it doesn't have as much of a shift as other brands that have done the same shade. And I'll show you guys swatches right now on the screen. And then the last thing that I really want to point out, and I think I saw some other people mention this in comments, but the color story of this palette is almost identical to like the Jaclyn Hill Luxe Legacy collection. The only difference is that purple, man, that pop of purple. That's the only thing. If you minus that pop of purple and that duochrome shade, almost everything else in here is the same. I mean, like Rachie is a cross between Floor and Metro. You know what I mean? Like, I just, yeah. I know that people love and use colors like these, and these are the type of colors that you're going to pan because, like, for instance, this Floor color, like, it was the perfect just crease shade, one and done, just to give you just a little bit of enhancement, but not actually look like you're wearing eyeshadow. I'm probably going to wear this shade out, quite frankly. But some of these other ones, I don't know. I have them in other palettes, and I can't sit here and be like, this is a must have, because I don't really see anything special here. I mean, the formula is good, obviously if you want it, if you're an ABH collector, but I mean, like, this didn't blow my mind. Like, for instance, my favorite all-time ABH palette to this day, the Jackie Aina palette. Like, when I open this, look at this color story, you guys. And this had duochromes and stuff in there, like this shade right here. So they've done these like green type of duochrome shifty shades before. But I mean, when you look at this palette, you feel inspired. And this is just so much more pigmented than this. Now, this was creamier and it did look better on the eye, but I don't know, man. Do I want to give up the pigment for that? I don't know. It's hard. It's a tough call, you guys. So let me know your thoughts down below. What did you guys think? Are you planning on picking this up? Did you already pick it up? If so, I'm very curious to hear your thoughts on this palette and, you know, how you felt about the formula and the color story. I just feel like it's very blasé, you know what I mean? And I hate to say that because I love ABH and their formula is just, it used to be the gold standard, you know? And I feel like they took such a long break and now they come back and it's like with this, and they call this a green palette. It's not really green. Like there's one true green shade in here and then a duochrome that shifts from like green to purple to pink, and when you blend it out you even see like some orange in there, you know what I mean? So I don't think this is a green palette, and I'm not head over heels for it, you guys. I'm really not. I feel like it's missing something, and I don't know, ABH just could have done better. I feel like just the color choices. It's really the color choices, I think, more than anything for me. But anyways, that's all I have for you guys today. Stay tuned because we got more videos coming, more reviews, my summer favorites. I cannot wait to share those with you. Until next time, you guys, see ya.